All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Berlin. We're in Berlin, and we're watching a crazy matchup. Like, this is a quarterfinal. It could be the final of Wimbledon. We're watching Sabalenka Rybakina. Crazy match. Yeah. Insane. So, the Sabalenka, she beat Masarova the other day, over 2 days. And Rybakina's beaten Kruger and Siniakova in straight sets. So she didn't have to play Zhang in the first round, which was the match that she was the person she was supposed to play. But yeah, insane matchup. Winner plays Vondrousova. Kind of feels like 2023 all over again. Vondi, Rybakina, Sabalenka, all top 10 players not that long ago. Vondi beat Draper, again, another former top 10 player. Down the bottom half, it's a little bit more random. You've got Wong, who took out Kazatkina, Gauff, and Badosa. Badosa had to retire today. I'm not sure exactly why, but she's had a lot of injuries lately, so that's a shame. And then Anisimova, Samsonova, winner plays Wong. So it's a little bit more random down the bottom. Then again, Samsonova and Anisimova, they're not random. You know, Anisimova has been great this year, and Samsonova has won this tournament. But yeah, it's interesting. Sabalenka's the only seeded player left. But the seeds don't really matter in this because, like I said, starting the week, so many unseeded dangerous. I mean, Rybakina is unseeded here, right? And she is, not far from top 10. So, yeah, crazy matchups. By the way, we got Draper playing in London. I don't know what's going on. Is it raining over there? It seems to have frozen, unless something... Is it raining in... No, okay, they're playing. Draper's just playing a long game. But Draper's playing against... Nakashima. We've got Alcaraz coming up as well after Draper, so we'll probably have to do a doubleheader. Bublik's playing against Mahach over there, and we've got Medvedev Zverev tomorrow. Great match tomorrow. So, yeah, plenty of things to do over the next couple of days in and around the grass courts. By the way, in 3 weeks' time, we're going to have a Wimbledon champion. How quick is that? All of a sudden, we haven't even, chat, I know I said this before, but like, How quickly did we get over the French Open? Like, within minutes of the final, we're looking at Wimbledon. Like, something's got to change. We can't be doing that, can we? We can't be forgetting that Roland Garros happened a week ago or 12 days ago, and now we're just like, oh, Wimbledon though, Wimbledon. It's like something's got to change. There's such a big build up to the clay season, and then all of a sudden we just like forget about it in a day. So. Poor Gauff and Alcaraz. They deserve to be celebrated at least for a week. Also, by the way, I didn't realize, I didn't mention because I totally forgot. I read somewhere online that Gauff went on a media tour back in America before coming back to Europe. And we didn't really mention why she might have lost because of that. I know we're all thinking like, oh, well, grass court, changing to the grass. But I read it and I was like, that's such a good point. She did go back to America straight after Roland Garros and then flew back to Europe to play this tournament. So it kind of makes sense she lost because you would have thought jet lag and all that. I mean, she didn't have a week off between Roland Garros and here. She went on talk shows. She did interviews. Like, she did a whole thing. And then she came back to Europe and then we expected to win everything. It's like, of course she lost. So, yeah, I didn't even mention that or think about that when she did lose this week. So something to keep in mind, maybe. Did you see Dr. Phil talking about Sabalenka? Nope. These are my 2 top WTA players for betting. Okay, cool. She did. Massive commitment to fit that all in. Was non-stop. Yeah, for sure. Again, maybe that's why they need a week off after a Grand Slam to be able to do those things. So Alcaraz can, instead of just going to Ibiza, he can go and do media and then, but still get the time off, I mean, maybe we do need to push a week, but, a week off, Should go to Ibiza with Alcaraz. Yeah, maybe. All right, players on the court. Here we go. This is a top-tier clash. A clash of possible Wimbledon finalists. I mean, these two could definitely both be Wimbledon finalists, right? Would not be a surprise to me if these two were in the final of Wimbledon against one another or a semi-final. Two of the biggest hitters in the game. Happy to see Vondrousova doing well on grass. Oh, yeah. Great to see. Do I like Sinner? Of course I like Sinner. Who doesn't like Sinner? What's not to like about Jannik Sinner? Vondrousova has been on something this week. Oh, she's been great this week. She has been awesome. All right. Winner of this will play Vondrousova in the semifinals tomorrow. We could get these two in the fourth round of Wimbledon. That would be awful. Yeah. Yeah, it would be. All right. Players warming up, and then we'll get this ready. Grab the popcorn. That's it. Grab the popcorn. Rybakina's going to serve first. Draper and Nakashima are playing at the moment. By the way, people forget, and I forgot until I remembered, Nakashima made it to the fourth round of Wimbledon and took Kyrgios to 5 sets in 2022. Kyrgios made the final. So Nakashima on grass, maybe we should remember 2022. Because Nakashima, he's not beating Draper, but he did make the fourth round, like I said, and lost to Kyrgios in 5. If he had won that, maybe he would have taken Kyrgios' spot in the semis or the final, even, you know. I mean, Kyrgios went to make the final. Is Sinner washed? What do you think? He loses one match against a guy who's on grass. Come on now. That's just stupid. Stupid comment. Don't be dumb, please. I know it's Friday, but, you know, let's just think before we speak. So these two have played 10 times. 6-4 in favor of Sabalenka. Only played on grass once. That was in 2021 at Wimbledon. Fourth round. Sabalenka won in 3 sets. Last time they played, though, WTA Finals last year. Remember, Rybakina hadn't played until that event for at least 2 or 3 months, or 2 months, and beat Sabalenka in 3. So, Rybakina knows how to beat Sabalenka. Last year, it was 3 times they played, 2-1 in favor of Rybakina. So there you go. That is what is going on. Are you going to watch Alcaraz? Hell yeah. He's coming on after Draper, so we'll watch him for sure. Sinner's terrible on grass. Sure, buddy. Sure. Yeah. Like, you got to say before you say that, you got to say, having done no research and having looked into it 0% of the time, he's terrible on grass. Like, you got to at least tell everybody that you didn't do any research to make that opinion. You're just making that opinion based on a second round loss to a random guy. Like, that's what, come on. Just do a couple of Googles and you'll find out a couple of things, and maybe Sinner isn't that bad. Is Sinner as good as Djokovic on grass? No. Alcaraz? Probably not. But he's not terrible. Chat, it's Friday. What's going on? Are we drinking or are we having early beers? What's up? Beer o'clock already. What's up? What are we doing? All right, they're warming up the serves and we're going to get started. Badosa Walker. Yeah, I know. It sucks. I don't know what the injury was, but that sucks, man. Just when she's back in some sort of confidence. They are definitely on the court. Maybe not terrible, but he wouldn't be favourite for Wimbledon. Wouldn't be your favourite for Wimbledon? Okay. All right. Rybakina's going to serve first. Let's see what happens next. Here we go. Rybakina will serve. This is a big opportunity for Rybakina. She can beat Sabalenka. Do you guys listen to yourselves when you make comments? Just one loss and the person is already terrible. If I woke up this morning not knowing the results and somebody said Jannik Sinner lost in the second round, not knowing the tournament or the player he played or anything, and somebody said, Jannik Sinner lost in the second round, I'd be like, oh, wow, that's crazy. But then if you gave me some context, I might have been like, oh yeah, I could see that. Like, crazy, you know? Anyways, 4-4 rally. Sabalenka hits it out in the first point, and it's 15-love. Like, do I really need to explain? I feel like I'm explaining it to one person, but everybody else in the chat understands how in the hell Sinner lost. How could he have lost? Well, we all know. I think one person in chat just doesn't understand. But, like, everybody else, we all know, right? Context definitely matters. 15-love. People out here talking like Bublik's some random nobody who can't play on grass and has a terrible serve or something. It's crazy. Anyways, 4 down the line, the backhand of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net, 15-0. Bublik played the match. Bublik played crazy. Go watch the highlights. He played crazy in the second, third sets. I think I heard Andy Roddick analyze it best, and he said Bublik played amazing for an hour, and that was enough. True. Like, Bublik played great for an hour, and he won. Like, he played the best tennis of his life within an hour, and he won. Exactly what happened. Why is there no hype for this match? I don't know. 15:30. We're watching it, so I don't know why there is hype. We're hyping it now. All right, 15:30. As we just serve it to the front of Sabalenka. Sabalenka on the ground, 30-0. 30-0. As the return goes into the front of Rybakina. Oh, Rybakina put it wide. What happened to the umpire? Why is the umpire getting involved? What's up? Oh, was it a late call on the? Oh my god! Why is the umpire getting involved when the ball was on the line? Chalk flew up, and Rybakina should have won that point. That was her point. That's so dumb. All right. Rybakina gets the first serve again, 30-0. Serve down to the backhand of Sabalenka. Forehand Rybakina down the line. Beautiful shot. Sabalenka slice. As Rybakina comes in with a drop shot, but Sabalenka's there with a forehand pass. Rybakina volleys it down the line. Sabalenka gets it back. And then, Rybakina slices it wide. Oh, man. Good hustle from Sabalenka, 30-40. What happened? I think she had a serve down the tee, and it was called a fault. Very late call. But it was in, and she had to replay the point. She lost the point. All right. And Sabalenka was just shaking the fist going, yes, that was a great hustle. That was a great hustle. All right. Break point, 30-40. Serve out wide the back of Sabalenka. Forehand Rybakina is a winner, and it's deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Serve again from Rybakina. There's a forehand from Rybakina. Goes wide, and it's advantage Sabalenka. Berlin is a 500 event. Who is a better serve between these two? Rybakina. Easily. Rybakina. Less double faults, more aces, and just a better serve all round. As we return now to the backhand of Rybakina, Sabalenka slice in the net, and we're back to deuce. Rybakina's serve is definitely better. I think she's hit the most aces in 2025 as well. I think. Oh no, maybe it might be Towson. I haven't checked since the start of the year. Towson was hitting a lot of aces. It might be Rybakina now. Yeah. Rybakina, 210 aces. Towson second with 184. So yeah. Most aces in the competition. If you count aces as the most aces as the best server. And 37 matches. She's on 97 double faults, but that's... I mean, Sabalenka's hit 85 double faults, so Rybakina's hit more double faults, but Rybakina's hit like 60 more aces as well. And Rybakina has won 72% of first serve points, whereas everybody else is sort of sub 70. Besides Zhang's hit 70% exactly, but points, first serve points won, 72% is crazy good. She's getting 60% of first serves in. She's held 79% of service games, so that's way higher than pretty much everybody else in the top 10. As Rybakina from Rybakina, advantage Sabalenka. As Rybakina forehand into the back of Sabalenka, sliced into the forehand of Rybakina. Sabalenka forehand into the back of Rybakina on the stretch. Sabalenka comes in, but the ball goes out, and there's the break. 1-love. So yeah, Rybakina's it's ironic to say now, nearly 80% of service games won for the whole season. The next best is Osaka with 78% service games held. So no one in the top 20 of ace count has, or even like, is Rybakina? Rybakina's got to be up there as like, yeah, Rybakina is behind Shibahara, who's only played 3 matches this year on the WTA, has an 82% service game hold record. Rybakina's second, and Osaka's third. Osaka's fourth, but yeah, Osaka and who's played 19 matches. Sabalenka's there playing 47 matches. Has Sabalenka played 47 matches? She's at 76. Key's at 75%. On Draper at 75%. So they're the best. The service games held or won. I mean, that's a big category too, even though she just got broken. But yeah, I would say Rybakina's got the best serve in the competition. Like, she is the best serve in the WTA. When it's on, it is the best. And it's on all the time. It's rarely that she has a bad service day where she serves like 10 double faults or anything like that. That's very rare. You feel comfortable with Rybakina, also Sabalenka, but a little more Rybakina. Yeah, Sabalenka's serve obviously way better than it was, but you can rely on Rybakina a lot. Like, you can watch Rybakina and go, like, she rarely gets broken because of her serve, right? If she gets broken, it's because of the returns. Like, Sabalenka won that last game not because Rybakina's serve was bad. Rybakina's not double faulting her way to getting broken. All right. Great return winner there from Rybakina. And it's 15-all. You know what the crazy thing is? The craziest thing in the world, chat, is that Rybakina and Gauff have played once. That is madness to me. That we haven't got Gauff-Rybakina hardly at all. Yet they've been around for like at least the last 3 to 4 years, right? But they barely meet. They hardly meet because either Swiatek beats one of them to kick them out of the way, but maybe that'll change now because Swiatek's not beating Gauff as much anymore. But yeah, it's wild that is the only... They've only played one time. And that was like 4 years ago or something. 3 years ago, yeah. But that's because Sabalenka and Swiatek stop... And Rybakina's also had a lot of injuries, so like, she'll not make it to the later rounds when Gauff has made it to the later rounds. But yeah, it's crazy they haven't played more. I want to see that match more, though. I want to see Gauff versus Rybakina. More on a hard court. I think I want to see it in America. I don't want to see it here in Wimbledon. Did you see Kyrgios out of Wimbledon? How do you feel? Yeah, I did see that. All right, forward now to the slice of Sabalenka. Sabalenka gets it out, 15-40. Oh, okay. 15-40. That makes sense. 15-40. Breakback points. By the way, Draper is serving to stay in the second set of his match. Also, Chad, I went to the thrift today. Scored. I wasn't going to buy any DVDs, but then I found a lot of them. And I had to buy them. So yeah, so that'd be fun. I got movies. I'm going to go... Next week is movie week. So about why the forehand of Rybakina return goes out and it's 30-40. Alcaraz is playing after Draper, which he is playing right now. So we'll watch Alcaraz after Draper. Disappointed about Sabalenka. She's a bully? How? 30-40. There's a default second serve. I'm still shocked that Sabalenka only has 3 Grand Slams. Yeah, we've played this game before, and I don't like to play it because it's not nice to Sabalenka, but Sabalenka should have more than that. Double fault, all right. There's the break. We're back on serve 1-1. Yeah, Sabalenka should have 6 or 7 slams. If you want to date it back to sort of 2021, she should have won the US Open in 21. She probably could have won Wimbledon 21 as well, but maybe we'll give that to Barty. She didn't get a chance to play Wimbledon 22, which Rybakina ended up winning, so who knows what could have happened there. You would have said that maybe Sabalenka was one of the favorites, if not the favorite to be at that tournament, because Barty wasn't there, and Rybakina wasn't the favorite for sure, because nobody knew who she was before that tournament. US Open 22, she was winning against Swiatek until she double faulted her way or served her way out of that last set, and then Swiatek went to win. So you could say that she should have had the 2 US Opens in 21-22. She should have probably had this year's Australian Open. She was playing well, and then Keys did she did trip up at the end, and Keys won the match by breaking, but she probably should have won this year's Australian Open. I don't know if you do you give her this year's French Open or maybe US Open 23? She should have probably had one of Gauff slams, I think. She probably should have won 23 US Open, I reckon. I don't think this year's French, I think Coco played way too solid and was way too calm. That even though Sabalenka won the first set, Sabalenka wasn't winning that match the way she was playing. But at the US in 23, so she probably should have had 4 US Opens. Plus the 3 Australian Opens and maybe a Wimbledon. So she probably should have between 5 and 10 slams, right? But she has 3. And 3's not nothing. So, and also we got Wimbledon coming up and the US. By the end of the year, she could have 5, 400 rally, and she's only, 26? So Sabalenka could get 10 plus, right? Still, All right, 15:30. I've known Rybakina since 2020. Oh, me too. We watched Rybakina Barty in 2020 Australian Open. And then we were watching Rybakina. She serves an ace down the tee, 30-all. I remember Rybakina having championship points in Dubai, I think it was, against Halep. And I remember being like, holy shit, who the hell is Rybakina? She is she's playing crazy good. And it's funny because we kind of we like to name players after the players that are currently on top of the world. She hits a 4-1 winner. And it felt like she was like Pliskova 2.0 because she was calm and some would say robotic like Pliskova, but she just had, a little bit more, I don't know, it was a bit more consistency, it felt like. She was just a little bit more consistency. So she felt like, it's kind of like Mensik is 2.0, like Hurkacz 2.0, right? But Rybakina felt like at the time in 2020, she kind of had that Pliskova, because Pliskova was in the top 4, Pliskova 2.0. And then we came back from COVID break, and then she didn't really replicate what she was doing before the shutdown of the tour. And then 2021, she beat Serena at the French. That was huge. Of course, everybody started to know who she was in 2022 Wimbledon. But before that, if you were paying attention to the WTA in the 2020, 2021, you would have seen her. You would have seen Rybakina around, and she was doing some damage, especially that Serena win at Roland Garros. That was huge because Serena in 2021 was still Serena. She was still a problem. She wasn't. It wasn't like Serena maybe 2022, late 22, where she was losing to players that she shouldn't lose to. Serena 2021 was coming off a semi at the Australian Open, right, against Osaka, and beating Sabalenka at the Australian Open. So Serena 21 was still Serena, right? And Rybakina got her in the Grand Slam. Not many players can say they beat Serena at a slam. Not the current players anyway. Sabalenka had one shot at Serena. She lost in the Australian Open. Swiatek never played Serena. I'm trying to think, who out of the top 10 played Serena? I feel like we're almost at that point now where we're far enough removed from Serena's retirement, with what, nearly 3 years on, right? That most of the top 10 now probably didn't meet Serena. Gauff didn't play Serena. Pegula did she play Serena? Zhang didn't play Serena. Keys definitely did. Andreeva didn't. Swiatek didn't. Navarro wouldn't have. Maybe Badosa. Rybakina once. Sabalenka once. Gauff, like I said, didn't. Paolini might have. So there's not too many players in the top 10 now that can say they played Serena and then beat Serena. Love 15. Let me check. Paolini might have, because Paolini's been around. She's not, she's new to the top 10 the last couple of years, but she's not. She's been around for a while playing. So Paolini, no, they never played. Wow, Paolini never played Serena. Interesting. Pegula played Serena in Auckland 2020 in the final. Serena won straight sets, so they played once and Serena got the win. Serena Keys definitely played. Definitely played. They would have played. Yeah, they played in semi-finals of Australian Opens and stuff. Remember, Keys. People kind of forget that Keys might be winning slams now, but Keys in the mid 2020s or 2010, sorry, was a big deal. Like, Keys was like one of the best players on the planet between 2015 and 2020. It's only in 2025 that she's achieved that goal. But how many times did they play? 3 times. Serena won all 3. All 3 matches, and they're all straight sets. So even Keys can't brag about a win. What about Serena Badosa? Did that happen? I feel like that must have happened once. It had to have happened one time. 30-15, by the way. No, I don't think they ever played. I don't think they played. I can't tell. So, yeah. So, Rybakina. So, wait, did we get that right? Rybakina is the only player in the top 10 that can say they beat Serena? So, she's not even in the top 10. In the top 11, is she the only player in that top 11 that can say that she beat Serena? Shit. We have to go down the list of who has beaten Serena. Who the hell's beaten Serena? Nobody. 2-0. Who in the top 20 has beaten Serena? Kenin has. She's 28 in the world. Penko might have. Mukova, maybe. I don't know. Svitolina probably has. Because Svitolina was around during Serena. Anisimova, not sure. Schneider, probably not. Alexandrova might have had a crack at Serena, maybe. I don't know. Vekic maybe had a match against Serena or two. Did she beat Serena at Wimbledon? No. Maybe. It's probably more players that are sort of in their early 30s that had a shot. But, yeah. Svitolina has. Yeah, Svitolina has played Serena a few times. Why is everyone saying Raducanu? Raducanu's not in the top. I know Raducanu beat Serena, but she's not in the top 10. Or top 20. We're talking about top 20 players. Current top 20. 30 love for Rybakina. As Rybakina serves again. As Rybakina serves a fault, second serve. Serve into the forehand of Sabalenka for a double fault, 30-15. I don't think Dasha beat Serena. Draper's about to go to a third, by the way. All right, 30-15. As the return goes out by Sabalenka, 40-15. Serves a fault from Rybakina, second serve. As Rybakina serves a let on the second serve. Serving to the forehand, Sabalenka returned the net. 3-2 Rybakina first set. Dash is so average, Cam. Sorry. Apology not accepted. The player, your favorite player, is not very good. I'm sorry. That you can't just say sorry and expect me to think that, oh, that's okay. Just don't say it in the first place. Draper lost the second. That comment was average. That's savage. That was savage. They should ban grunting in tennis. Really off-putting for opponents and those having to listen to her. Paula, you should call the committee and complain. Chat, you know that I don't work for the WTA, right? Or the ATP. Like I don't work for them. I can't talk. I don't have access to them. So like telling me doesn't mean anything. It's you might as well tell your next door neighbor because it's not going to change. Telling me doesn't change it. I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm not going to turn around and be like, yeah, I'm going to email the WTA on your behalf. I don't know what to tell. I don't write the rules either. So telling me doesn't change shit, really. If you want to make a change, you should probably talk to them. Call them. Because I have no power here. Sorry. And even if I did, I wouldn't change the rules anyway because I like Sabalenka and I don't think she needs to change. The grunting's not that bad. Anyways, slice goes long by Sabalenka, love 15. But feel free to call them and email the WTA and say, hey, Sabalenka grunts too much. Change the rules. And maybe they'll reply. Probably not. But hey, you can give it a shot. Maybe go on Twitter or something. I don't know. Love 15. But I got nothing for you. As with a 4 now from Rybakina. That's a winner. Love 30. Rybakina a chance to get the break here and go to 4-2. Love 30. Love 30 as Sabalenka serves again. As she serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Rybakina. 4 now from Sabalenka into the backhand of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand again to the backhand of Rybakina. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Rybakina forehand. Winner. Love 40. What a shot. What a shot. Love 40. Rybakina is hitting the ball so clean. Love 40. Rybakina break. She's hit 10 winners already, Rybakina. Woo. Okay. Serving to the back of Rybakina. Return goes to the front of Sabalenka. And Sabalenka gets it out. Rybakina. Woo. Okay. All right. Rybakina with a 4-2 lead. She is playing so well. So well. Cam has the power to change the mixed players in the US Open. I wish. I wish I could. Chat, we still don't like that. We still don't like it, do we? Haven't changed our minds, have we? We still don't like it, right? I like it as an exhibition, but I hate it as a Grand Slam. Anyways, 4-2. Should be an exhibition. Yeah, it is an exhibition. It just so happens it's a very important history-defining exhibition, unfortunately. But hey, maybe that'll change. Serve to the backhand of Sabalenka. Rybakina backhand goes long, and it's love 15. I just like it even more as time passes. Yeah. I wonder what happens, because tennis journalists haven't had a chance, and they will at Wimbledon. They haven't had a chance to ask players what they think, to ask the singles players who are participating how they feel about doubles players missing out. We haven't had those hard-hitting questions yet, because the only things I've seen, Love 30, have been interviews with like Alcaraz and Raducanu talking about having a fun interview, or players talking about how they're so excited to play mixed doubles and whatever. But we haven't had any press conferences where, and we will at Wimbledon, I'm sure that the question will be brought up to every person who's playing that exhibition event. How do you feel about the doubles players who missed out and you're taking their spot? What do you say about that? Because we haven't heard what they've said about that. And I'm sure that they feel bad about it, but it's not their decision, obviously. But it'll be interesting to see if that question gets asked especially to obviously the Alcaraz and Raducanu are the face of that mixed doubles. They're the face of it. It'd be interesting to hear what they have to say. But again, it's not their fault that they're involved, because they got asked and they just said yes, right? They didn't change. They didn't ask for mixed doubles to be changed. They didn't want to play mixed doubles before the US. The US Open are the ones who changed it, right? But it'd be really interesting to hear what they say if they do get asked about the actual doubles players that are missing out, or that they're taking the spot of, and what they have to say about that. Because I haven't heard them say anything. I haven't heard Alcaraz or Raducanu, because nobody's asked them yet, because they haven't had a chance. But I'm sure it will get asked, and that'll be interesting to hear. 15-40, by the way. Breakback points. 15-40. Serve. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Backhand of Rybakina. Into the slice of Sabalenka. Rybakina forehand cross. Sabalenka gets on the stretch. Rybakina forehand cross again. Sabalenka slice down the line. Rybakina with a volley. Sabalenka gets it with a slice down the line. Good hustle. Sabalenka has great anticipation. She breaks back 4-3. All right. Tennis Channel is praising it to the high degree. Roddick said it's good for tennis. See the bigger picture. It was a great success last year. Promotes tennis. It didn't happen last year. What are you talking about last year? They didn't do it last year. Think they'll be prepared to answer that question? I don't know. All right, back on serve. I've said it before, and I'll say it every time this comes up. If they created a 2-day mixed doubles event before the US Open, and it wasn't attached to a Grand Slam, it's a great idea. Great promotional idea. Perfect. We love it. It's all amazing. I just don't like that it's a slam, and I don't like that it's taking opportunity away from players that play for that slam every single time. They are like the hardcore doubles players that are missing out. I don't like that. It should be an exhibition though, and it's an awesome exhibition event, but have a mixed doubles tournament that's for the Grand Slam, and let the doubles players win that. Let the doubles players compete for that. Keep the exhibition, $1 million, all that stuff, but don't call it the US Open Mixed Doubles Championships, and take the opportunity away from players that actually play. But also, it's not promoting that event, because that event, those players are not going to play that event again unless it comes back next year and the year after. They're not going to play Wimbledon mixed doubles. They're not going to play Australian Open mixed doubles. The mixed doubles players will play those events. You know what I'm saying? I love it as an event, but I hate it as a slam. I hate that it's a slam. That's it. I'm not saying it's bad for tennis. It's bad for doubles players. And it's not a way to promote mixed doubles because it's not going to promote mixed doubles. I mean, Indian Wells do an exhibition event. How many of you watch the mixed doubles because of that exhibition event? No one, because Rybakina and Fritz aren't playing mixed doubles after that event. They win the event and then they go play singles. It's an exhibition. 30-15. And I've been seeing some of the doubles players, some of the mixed doubles players, that one of the mixed doubles players who won 2 mixed doubles events last year, he's not allowed to play. And they're starting to talk a lot more because they've obviously affected. 30-15. There's a slice down the line to the forehand of Rybakina. Forehand from Sabalenka goes wide and it's 30-all. And see, chat, the thing is, I feel like the selling point to Sinner and Alcaraz and Raducanu wasn't the fact that it was worth a Grand Slam. I feel like the selling point for them was the opportunity to play with players that you wouldn't play with before, but also $1 million prize purse. I feel like the $1 million is way more of a selling point than the actual slam attached to it. So you could take away the slam and keep it $1 million exhibition and you'd still get the players playing. I don't think any of the players are playing because they want to win the US Open mixed. I think they're all playing, not because of the money, but the opportunity and 2 days to make $1 million in 2 days. I mean, that's not a bad idea, right? But we don't need to have a slam attached to it because I don't think that's the selling point. I mean, if you cut the prize money in a quarter and say it's $250,000 for the winner and you can win a Grand Slam, most of those players don't play. I don't think those players play. If the prize money was smaller, but the slam was attached, I don't think it's enough selling point for the players to be like, yeah, I want to win the mixed doubles. Like, I don't think Alcaraz and Sinner and all those players are playing because they want to win a Grand Slam. Most of them have them anyway. But the prize money is what I think sells the event, because who doesn't want to make $1 million in 2 days, right? Sabalenka aces out wide, 4-4. So therefore, why do we need it to be a slam? It doesn't need to be a slam. We could take the slam away from it. Maybe just don't do the mixed doubles slam this year. If you really want to just... It's not too late, US Open. You can just scrap the mixed doubles this year and then just, not held in 2025 and then do the exhibition thing. Not held, don't make it a slam. And then next year we'll bring back the mixed doubles as a slam. You can do the exhibition as well, though. You can do both, I mean, chat, the best way, one of the ways you could do it is you make it a mixed doubles slam, mixed doubles event first, and then during the Grand Slam you do actual mixed doubles, and maybe some people watch that as well, even though Alcaraz won't be playing it. All right, 15 love, but yeah. But look, I agree with everybody else that it's a great idea, but it's not as a slam. Like, that's where you lose me. And Sabalenka gets a return win, 15-all. As we serve again. As the return goes into the forehand of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand pass. Rybakina with a drop volley winner. Ooh, lovely shot. 30-15. $30-15. $30-15 as Rybakina serves again, trying to take back the lead. All right, 30-all. I want Irani and Vavasori to smash everyone. That would be justice for doubles, for the doubles players. By the way, Draper's down 2-1 in the third. All right, 40-30. Nice serving from Rybakina. 40-30. As Rybakina serves again. A fault. A second serve. They're banking everything on Alcaraz and Raducanu. What if Emma pulls out? Yeah, I mean, that would be rough. Anyways, backhand goes out by Sabalenka. It's 5-4 Rybakina holds. Sabalenka's going to serve to stay in the set. Bublik's, by the way, is setting a break up against Mahach. All right. If Draper loses, Fritz is number 4. Ooh. Yeah, Gene, good pickup. So if Draper wins today, he's number 4. If he loses, he's number 5. Ooh, today is a big day. I forgot about that. He hadn't made the semis, right? Jeez, I wonder if he's thinking about that. I wonder if that's why he's in a little strife. Maybe he remembered that. Yeah, big day. Didn't Draper have a day like this a couple of weeks ago before the French? Didn't he have the same situation before the French? He had to win a match and he lost, and he ended up being 5 instead of 4. Did Draper have this opportunity already taken away? I want to double check. I feel like before the French, he had to make in Rome. Didn't he have to do something in Rome to get? He had to win one match in Rome to get to 5, and he lost and he stayed at 4. Sorry, to get to 4 and he stayed at 5, right? And he played Sinner in the quarters, right? He was supposed, right? So yeah, I think the same thing happened, right? He had to beat Alcaraz, which was a lot harder. Yeah, okay. He had to beat Alcaraz in Rome to get to the semis, to be number 4, to then avoid Sinner and Alcaraz until the semis of the French, but he lost to Alcaraz. But that's fine. Like, that's different. This is way sketchier because he's playing Nakashima, someone who he should be able to beat on a grass court. At least, we all expect him to win on grass. It's the exact same situation. I hope, and we wouldn't say that he lost to Alcaraz because he was thinking about number 4 seed. He lost to Alcaraz because Alcaraz is the best clay court player on the planet. But Nakashima's not the best grass court player on the planet. He's good, but he's not the best. If he was playing Alcaraz right now, you'd be like, okay. But I wonder if he's got it on his brain. Bublik wins. Nice. All right. 15 love. Oh, yeah, Nakashima's solid, but Draper should beat him. But if Draper's thinking about that number 4 seed, because he knows how important that is. When the draw comes out and he has to play Sinner in the quarterfinals, that sucks. 7 to the backhand of Rybakina in the net. 30 love. The pressure of 4 likely affecting his game today, plus Nakashima's playing well. I watched a great YouTube miniseries about Australian history called Against the Wind. Have you seen it? No, I haven't. I'll have to check it out. All right. Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. This is tennis. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sinner and Gauff were both in the finals. They may not be ready for the grass season yet to start. Chat, I think I can explain pretty quickly why both Sinner and Gauff lost this week. I'm pretty sure I got it. I can feel like I can explain it pretty quickly. Good passing shot from Rybakina, 40-15. Sinner lost because he played against Bublik, right? Big serving, very comfortable on grass, who played out of his mind in the second and third sets. Gauff, she lost because after the French Open, she went back to America and had to do a tour to all the big broadcast media people and get all those interviews, and then she came back to Europe. So you got to think that Gauff going back home, taking the 8-hour flight, or 9 hours, however long, and then coming back to Europe and trying to acclimatize on the grass. The week that she would have had to play on grass, she was doing interviews. So her grass court preparations were non-existent because she won the French, she went back home, she did a bunch of talk shows, she came back to Europe, probably played 2 days on grass and then lost. So that makes sense why that happened. Most players would have, like Sabalenka, the day after losing the French, she probably would have had a day off, and then the Monday played on grass. Gauff was doing interviews for the most part. You'd say she probably did, but maybe there's no grass that she practiced on. Does she go back to America and practice on grass in the off times? I don't know. But that seems to be the best explanation why they both lost. One, Sinner played Bublik. I mean, why are we acting like Bublik's some random? Bublik's one of the best grass court players when he's on. Gauff losing to Wong was strange. But the new information that I learnt overnight and I didn't think about, she went back home, did a bunch of interviews, then came back to Europe. That's crazy. That's insane. Who does that? As Rybakina hits a volley long and it's 15-0. I mean, did she have to go back? I don't know. She could have stayed here and done the Zoom calls, maybe. I don't know. But she went back. And she did all the, she went on all the talk shows, and then she came back to America, back to Europe. That's not great preparation for a tournament. Sorry, Rybakina hit it in. That was a great volley from Rybakina. On the line, 30-love. America hasn't figured out Zoom yet. They literally invented it. I'm pretty sure Zoom was invented in America, so what are you talking about? Zoom was invented in San Jose, California. That's in America. So good try trying to dig the Americans or punch the Americans in the guts or something. I don't know what you're trying to do. Clown on the Americans, but it didn't work. You just played yourself. 40-love. 40-love. As Rybakina serves, and that's an ace. And she's up 6-5. 6-5. Sinner is due a slam win. Not sure he will. He just won the Australian Open 4 months ago. Jack, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Sinner loses a match and everyone's... It's like he's the worst player in the world. It's crazy. Same thing happens with Alcaraz, though. He'll lose a match that he's supposed to win, and everyone will be like, what? This guy stinks. He fluked 5 Grand Slams. People acting like Sinner wasn't 1 point away from winning a French Open. Crazy. Who do you have, Sabalenka or Rybakina? I am going with... I'm going to go Rybakina in 3. That's what I'm going to pick. Go on the upset. I bet Rybakina versus Gauff in Wimbledon final. That'd be fun. I reckon this is going to be the Wimbledon final. Depending on where Rybakina is. It might not be... It might have to be a semi or a quarterfinal, but if they're on opposite sides of the draw, I might pick this as the final. You're acting like Sinner was unbeatable 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And he still is. He lost to Bublik on grass. And Alcaraz on clay. I mean, okay. What are we talking about? Is it a backhand rally? Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Sabalenka gets a winner, 15-love. When Sinner loses to some random player on a hard court, let's say he plays Canada and he loses to, I don't know, a qualifier. Or not even a quali. He doesn't even need to lose to a quali. Let's say Jannik Sinner, and I'm sorry to the person I'm going to pick out in the name because I'm just picking names out of a hat, right? Let's say he loses to Alice on a hard court. That is weird. That would be crazy. Or Baez. Let's say he lost to Baez on a hard court in Canada. That would be concerning. They'd be like, what the hell was that? That's a crazy loss. That's a strange result. Bublik on grass? Who just was playing amazing on clay and has the confidence, sky-high confidence? And we're acting surprised? What are we doing? Hello? Chad, we watch so much tennis. Come on, you know better than that. 30 love. When the draw came out, we were all looking at Bublik in the second round going, oh, that could be tough. Why are we surprised that Bublik played amazing and served his way to a win? We're acting like Sinner lost to nobody. Like, what are we talking about? All right, forehand now from Sabalenka into the forehand of Rybakina. Volley from Sabalenka is good. Too good, 40-15. I had Bublik winning. I was not shocked. There you go. So not actually commentating on Rybakina match. Okay. Jeez, passive-aggressive much? 40-15. First serve's a fault by Sabalenka. Second serve. It's called tennis talk. We're talking about tennis. Sometimes we talk about DVDs. Sometimes we talk about music. And my name's Cam Williams. I started the channel 7 years ago. Anyways, we're going to a tiebreak. 6-all. Who's winning the tiebreak, chat? Who's going to win this tiebreak? Who is going to win this tiebreak? All right. I'm going to go Rybakina. I'm going to go Rybakina. As Rybakina serves. Draper, insane shot. Is Draper winning? He breaks. Nice. All right, Rybakina serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Return to the backhand of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand on the stretch. Rybakina forehand winner. One love. One love, Rybakina. One love, Rybakina. Sabalenka serves. First serve is a fault. Second serve. By the way, we've got Alcaraz coming on soon. So we'll be watching him as well as part of this doubleheader. As Rybakina hits it out in the return, it's... Oh, sorry, it was an ace. My bad. She didn't even get the ball. 1-all. 1-1. One all. Sabalenka serves again. And Rybakina hits it in the net. 2-1 Sabalenka. 2-1 Sabalenka. Rybakina serves again. 2-1 Sabalenka. Serve out wide the back of Sabalenka. Return goes to forehand of Rybakina. Sabalenka can't get that one. 2-all. 2-all. And Rybakina serves again. Fault from Rybakina. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Sabalenka. Forehand of Rybakina. In the net. 3-2 Sabalenka. She gets the mini break. Can there be huge changes to the women's rankings after Berlin if the seeded players lose? Great question. I'll answer that at the end of this tiebreak. Great question. As with a serve, into the forehand of Rybakina, return goes out, and it's 4-2, they change ends. Actually, I'll answer it now. So Sabalenka is the only player left in the top 10 in the seeds. Everyone else is out or not playing. Now, there is a little change with Paolini going to 4 and Zhang going to 5. But other than that, there's been no change. But Rybakina can get to number 9. That's about as high as she can get. Anisimova can't make the top 10. So the answer is no. The only things that can happen is Sabalenka can extend her lead over Gauff, or Rybakina can get back in the top 10. But other than that, because of all the seeds losing, it doesn't really help anyone. If Navarro or Keys or Andreeva stuck around, there could have, Andreeva and Keys could have been number 4 had they have not lost, but they lost. So yeah, so the rankings actually don't, it's only Rybakina who can benefit by making it back to the top 10 if she does win the title. But other than that, it's the seeds are pretty much set for Wimbledon. The top 8 anyway. 4-2. As the return goes in forehand to Sabalenka, backhand from Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand slice into the volley of Rybakina, puts in the net. 5-2 Sabalenka. Draper, by the way, is 5-3 in the third. All right. 5-3. Sorry, 5-2. Rybakina to serve. As Rybakina serves. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. And it goes out, but Sabalenka's going to challenge. Now, they don't have automatic line calls here. They have lines people, so they can challenge. All right. As with a serve. Down the tees an ace. All right, 5-4. Sabalenka. She's going to serve the set. 5-4. Serve again. As we had a fault from Sabalenka. Second serve. As a return from Rybakina to the backhand of Sabalenka. Rybakina forehand into the forehand of Sabalenka. As Rybakina puts up a lob. Goes into the forehand of Sabalenka, who puts it in the ground. And it's 5-all in the tiebreak. 5-5. 5-all. Someone's getting a set point. Draper serve for the match, by the way. 5-5. Sabalenka serves. Serve out wide, the forehand of Rybakina, return the net. 6-5 Sabalenka. She has the first set point. It's on Rybakina's serve. 6-5. Sabalenka. As a return from Sabalenka goes long, and it's 6-all. They change hands. Rybakina saves the set point. All right. Still Rybakina to serve. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Sabalenka. Return goes back into Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand. Down the line. Great shot. Rybakina can't get it. Oh, she does get it. No, it went wide. Sabalenka's got another set point. It's on her serve. 7-6. By the way, welcome everybody. We've got a lot of people here. This is worthy of a lot of people. This is a big match. We could be watching a semi-final or a final of Wimbledon here. This could be a preview into what we see in a couple of weeks. And if you're here, you know that. If you're not here and you're watching the replay, maybe you're at work or something. I don't know. I hope you had a good excuse to miss this match. 7-6. Sabalenka serves a fault second serve. Sabalenka serves. Massive second serve. And takes the first set. 8-6 in the tiebreak. All right. Sabalenka. First set in the bag. Okay. Rybakina is going to serve. Sorry, Sabalenka is her first in the second, by the way. All right. By the way, Draper is playing. All right. Brilliant broadcast. Thank you, Joshua. Appreciate the nice words. Funny stat, but these two have won alternating matches for the last 5 meetings. Really? Okay, so that means Sabalenka should win. That's interesting. Excellent comic timing there. What did I say? Rybakina's not mentally tough anymore. Chat, why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep doing this, chat? Why are we doing this every time? Rybakina lost a close tiebreak to the world number 1, who has a big game that works on grass. Sabalenka is not a random person who Rybakina failed against in that first. It was. What do you mean? She lost a very close tiebreak to the world number 1. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on. You're reading all the stupid comments. All right, what have you said today? Faultless. What have you said today that I can answer the questions? You just said Sabalenka's going to win. Draper's kind of cooking. Okay, cool. Ask me a question. All right, 7-6. Sabalenka serving first in the second as backhand goes wide by Rybakina. 15 love. Who can beat Alcaraz on grass, Bublik or Draper? Well, definitely not Bublik this week. Draper, though, could. People are treating Rybakina as God on grass. She's good, but fallen off a bit. She's losing to Sabalenka. Sabalenka is also very good on grass. Why are people pretending like Sabalenka is like this? Can't play on grass. What do we do? What do we mean? Chad, I've mentioned this so many times. Sabalenka has played 2 of the last 5 Wimbledons. She's made the semi-final of both of those times and was up a set in both of those semis. One was against Pliskova in 2021. She was up a set and then lost, probably based on experience because Pliskova at the time and still to this day, is a very good player. Well, maybe not so much now because she hasn't played much because she's been injured, but At the time in 2021, Pliskova was one of the hardest players to play and on grass, and Sabalenka maybe just lacked the experience to win that match. And then she lost to Jabeur in 2023 after winning the first set. Ons was on a tear that year. She lost in the final to Vondi, but if you look at who she beat along the way, Andreescu, Kvitova, other players, Sabalenka, Jabeur on grass is not nobody. Semi-final. And then 2020 was cancelled. 2022 she was banned. 2024 she was injured. Why are we acting like Sabalenka is not capable of winning Wimbledon, and that Rybakina losing a set to her is the worst thing that's ever happened to Rybakina in the history of tennis? Double fault! Chance for Rybakina to break. First game of the second. Draper wins. Nice. God, he's surviving at the moment. He's surviving in Queen's Club. But he's winning, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Draper's number 4 for Wimby as well. There you go. That's a big deal. That is a big deal, which means he might play Djokovic in the quarterfinals. Oh, no, Chad. If that happens, I don't want you pointing fingers at me. Don't you point the finger at me if you go, Cam, you said Djokovic Draper, it happened. I'm not a wizard. Don't get fooled. I'm just wearing glasses. I'm not Harry Potter. 30-40, that goes out. I'm not taking this shit. If it's Draper versus Djokovic, you are to blame. Don't blame me. I don't know any spells. 30-40. 30-40. It's going to happen now because you made it, chat. It's your fault. 30-40. It's going to be Draper, Djokovic, winner plays Sinner. Don't worry about it, though. Don't even worry about it. He has to play Alcaraz or Sinner in the semis at least. He can't play Zverev, so. All right, 30-40. As we get a fault, second serve. I'm no wizard. (30-40). Serve from Sabalenka. Into the back of Rybakina. Sabalenka forehand in the net. There's the break. Rybakina 1-love in the second. It's going to be Djokovic Draper quarters. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I didn't make it happen. Blame somebody else. Anyways, that means Alcaraz is starting up. So we can commence the double header. Rindanish nearly beat Alcaraz here a couple of years ago, so it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun matchup. All right, 1-love Rybakina in the second. Welcome everybody. We got a doubleheader going on. Sabalenka Rybakina, crazy ass match. Missed the first set. We got to get here earlier, but we got Alcaraz. He's taken on Rindanish, who is not easy. He's a tough player. Alcaraz knows that because they played here in 2023, which was a 3-setter to Alcaraz. He just got out of that one. And Alcaraz is coming off a tough match in the last round, so let's see what happens. Yesterday he had to play Munar for 3.5 hours. Rindanish did play Opelka, but it was straight sets, so it could be an interesting one. 15-all. And with Sinner losing yesterday, and Draper scraping past today, I mean, everyone's in. All the C's, all the top players are having problems this week. They're all finding ways to make it tough. But it is the first week of grass for some of them, so maybe we give them a break. All right. As Rybakina says the fault, second serve. Lehechka versus Draper. Ooh, that's a good match. And the backhand return goes into the forehand of Rybakina. Slice from Sabalenka goes in the nets. But I think Rybakina hit it out. She's got a challenge though, so let's see what happens. Yeah, the seeds on grass, first week of grass is, it's always rough. All right, that was out by Rybakina, 15-30. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the backhand slice of Sabalenka. Forehand Rybakina. Into the forehand Sabalenka. As Rybakina backhand to the backhand slice. Or backhand of Sabalenka. That's a good shot. Rybakina goes down the line. Sabalenka drops shot. Rybakina gets up with a slice backhand. But Sabalenka's going to hit a backhand slice down the line for a winner. 15-40. 15-40. $15.40. $15.40. As Rybakina serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. In the back of Sabalenka. Backhand of Rybakina. Into the back of Sabalenka. And Sabalenka in that 30-40. By the way, the amount of people that are complaining about Rybakina getting broken. Like she's not playing Sabalenka. $30-40. As Rybakina serve and volleys, and that's a winner. Deuce. All right, we get the deuce. I'm just seeing so many crazy, like, by the way, to the person who said that you're focusing on the negative comments, I can look at the chat here and I'm seeing, like, let's go Alina. That's a positive one. Rybakina needs a medal coach. Negative. Yes, she really does. Rybakina can't hold. I'm convinced the WTA get broken on purpose. I think Hashnov's versus Vera will be the final. That's a neutral comment. Like, most of the comments are negative for no reason. Acting like Rybakina is not playing against Sabalenka. Like, what are we doing? If she was playing a qualifier, I can understand where people are coming from. But you are all losing your minds if you think that Rybakina losing to Sabalenka and getting broken against Sabalenka, one of the best returners in the world, and the world number one, is bad. I mean, what are we doing? It's Friday. I'm losing my mind. Advantage for Rybakina. As she double faults and we get back to deuce. Come on now. Do you know do I need to tell you who Sabalenka is? Aryna Sabalenka. She's won 3 Grand Slams. She's made the final of the last 2 Grand Slams. Sorry, the last 3 Grand Slam finals. Number 1 in the world. She's been the number 1 in the world for almost a year now. Consecutively, you know. She has beaten Rybakina 6 out of 10 times. All right, serving the backhand of Sabalenka. Sabalenka in there, advantage Rybakina. All right. There's a bit of 4 now from Rybakina. That's a winner, 2-love. This is nothing. You should have seen Gil's comments on the mailbag. Crazy oversensitive fans. It's not even oversensitive. It's just reactive. So reactive. By the way, she didn't get broken, so you can stop freaking out. 2-love. Man. Man, oh man. And Nissimova has a great chance to win this tournament? Oh yeah. Nissimova versus Sabalenka final would be fun. Or Rybakina final. By the way, I wouldn't, like, I know Sabalenka, I mean, Sabalenka Vondi's a good match, but I feel like Rybakina Vondi is a really good match. Like, 2 former Wimbledon champions in the semi would be really fun. But Sabalenka Vondi could be interesting too. Maybe because she just lost of fans for her sore loser behavior towards Gauff. Who? Rybakina hasn't played Gauff. All right, Sabalenka in the net, love 15. All right. Sabalenka serves. And the backhand return goes in the net by Rybakina, 15-all. By the way, Alcaraz playing Rinderknech. That's coming on in a second. They did play at Queen's Club in 2023, and Rinderknech, who was a lucky loser then as he is today, almost took Carlos out, which in the first round of that tournament. Alcaraz went on to win the tournament. But yeah, he is dangerous. And I can't remember who Rinderknech played last. Did he play Sinner in the French Open? Did we watch him play Sinner, I think, right? He was awkward against Sinner. Like, he was an awkward player for Sinner in the first couple of... first set or two, right? Definitely a problem for someone like Jannik Sinner. As Rybakina hits it in the net, and it's 40-15. (40-15). Sabalenka serves the slice for Rybakina. Sabalenka comes in with a volley. Lovely volley. Rybakina gets it back, though. As Sabalenka with a backhand slice is a drop shot. Now Rybakina comes in with a slice. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Rybakina with a volley in the net. And it's 2-1. Rybakina with a break in the second. All right. 2-1 Rybakina. All right. Players about to come out on court in Queen's Club. Here we go. Rinderknech. I feel like Rinderknech is one of those players that grass would be such a good surface for him because he just has that. I feel like if you're unorthodox, aka Bublik, for example, you know, you do like sort of the slices. You're a bit unpredictable, and Rinderknech definitely fits that mold. Grass is a great surface for you. I don't know why. Maybe someone in the chat can explain it better. I'm trying to think why, but I feel if you are a little unorthodox, Ons Jabeur, for example, Mute, Bublik, Kyrgios, Rinderknech, grass seems to suit those players. I don't know if because maybe grass is unpredictable and grass is unique because we don't play on grass very often, but it feels like players that, Vondrousova, right? It feels like those players that just have sort of a little bit of a strange game and a different game and do different things in their game. They seem to do well on the surface. Or at least they can cause upsets, right? They can surprise players, you know. Bernard Tomic used to be good on grass too. He was unorthodox. Feli Lopez a little bit as well. You know, so that unorthodox kind of unpredictable game that he had some success on grass. So this should be interesting. 2-1 Rybakina, by the way, in the second. She's got the break. Yeah, Dustin Brown, right? Great example. 2-1 and love 15. Sabalenka wins the first point. I mean, chat, you can put Carlos Alcaraz in that category of, you know, unorthodox, but in a good, like in a way. I mean, he's unpredictable, but in a good way, right? It's not like he just kind of randomly does stupid things and plays stupid shots or random shots. Even Roger, yeah, I mean, unpredictable Roger because he had so many options that you didn't know what he was going to do next, right? Alcaraz is kind of in that same kind of situation. Mannarino can only win on grass, yeah. Mannarino, Norrie, right? Bit of unorthodox, and he's made a semi-final of Wimbledon. You know, so yeah. Ah, 15-0. Is it a backhand? Nope, that's a let from Rybakina. Yeah, Tatiana Maria, great example. The slice queen last week, right? I mean, that was, and she beat Rybakina along the way, and it was an awesome tournament, right? Great example as well. As that goes the net from Rybakina, 15-30. Sabalenka to break back. I always thought that about Rinderknech. I think it's because he doesn't always use his unorthodoxy and prefers playing on clay. Yeah, well, he's made it this far as a lucky loser, so we'll see if his style will trouble Alcaraz at all. Alcaraz did play a 3.5-hour match yesterday, but this man is a machine, so I wouldn't expect Alcaraz to be tired. The dude went to Ibiza for a week and then won Wimbledon. I mean, if you can do that, you can do anything. He won Wimbledon hungover. I mean, come on now. He went on a 7-day bender and then won Wimbledon. I mean, what? He didn't sleep for a week. He literally stayed up all night, all day, and sunbaked and drank and then danced and then sunbaked. Like, the man is a machine. He is inhuman. He ain't human, mate. That's Alcaraz. And then he won Wimbledon off a 7-day no-sleep bender where he stayed up every day and every night and just danced and drank more alcohol than anybody could fathom. 40-30. And then he won Wimbledon. Did I say that he won Wimbledon? Beat Djokovic. I mean, some would say that he was still drunk when he beat Djokovic. He had a 2-week hangover, but he was actually still drunk. I mean, if you breath test him at the end of Wimbledon, he still would have been drunk. It's crazy. I mean, that's how good Alcaraz is. That's how crazy Alcaraz is. Advantage Rybakina. No sleep and just drank and won Wimbledon anyway. I mean, can Jannik Sinner do that? I don't know. I don't think he doesn't seem like much of a drinker. All right, advantage Rybakina. As the backhand return goes in the backhand of Rybakina, off the tape and in from Rybakina, 3-1. She keeps the break. Does Alcaraz drink alcohol? I don't know. I was just being funny. He won the final and he was above the limit. He started to sober up in the third. That's why he won the first 2 sets against Djokovic in that final, 2-2, because he was just blind. and then he started to sober up a little bit in that third set. He's like, "Oh, I'm on Wimbledon. Oh no, I'm playing Djokovic again. Oh no!" And then he nearly lost the third, but he won the third. He just woke up enough. But the first 2 sets, he was still drunk from Ibiza. 15 love. Are players allowed to drink? I'm sure they are. Some of them get bottles of alcohol as trophies. As the return goes into the forehand of Sabalenka, Sabalenka gets a wide. 15-all. Kyrgios, on a serious note, he actually went to the pub a day before going out and playing Wimbledon. So, I mean, players are allowed to drink. They shouldn't, but they can. Deb, it's definitely not true, all right? I'm making jokes. There's no way that Alcaraz played hungover or drunk. That's crazy. Come on. All right, Alcaraz is going to receive serve. So he won the toss and he said, "You serve, Rindanish." And he went, okay. 15-30. Rybakina a chance to get the double break in the second. Let's return. Nope. Return in the net. 30-all. By the way, chat, you should listen to a good song, Pin the Grenade by Blink-182. You're welcome. 30-all. First serve is a fault by Sabalenka. Second serve. All Sabalenka serving. She double faults. All right, 30-40. Chance for Rybakina for the double break. The sport is called lawn tennis. This is the surface meant to be used, not dirt or cement. What? Anyways, Rinderknecht wins the first point with an ace. 15 love. I'm sorry, I'm confused. What are you saying? What? Anyways, advantage Sabalenka. I'm confused. Anyone else understand what's going on? All right, advantage Sabalenka. She serves. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return goes to forehand to Sabalenka, but Sabalenka gets it out and we're back to deuce. As Rinderknecht double faults. 15-0. All right, Sabalenka serving another fault. Second serve. Second serve. As a back in now from Sabalenka. Too strong. Advantage Sabalenka. Advantage Sabalenka. To just stay in touch. Sabalenka serves again. Double fault, back to deuce. Can Carlos and Novak meet before the semis? Yes, they can meet in the quarterfinals. They can meet in the quarterfinals. All right. Double fault number 4 for Sabalenka, back to deuce. All right. Advantage Sabalenka. All right. Rinderknecht holds, by the way, 1-love, and Sabalenka also holds. 3-2. We're back in with a break in the second. Wimbledon draw comes out next week. All right. Alcaraz to serve, 1-love to Rinderknecht. I'm sure you've given your opinion on this, but what do you think about Sabalenka saying she only lost to Gauff because she played bad, not because Coco played well? Look, I think it's all kind of been done. You know what I mean? Like that, the whole situation has kind of been played out, and my opinion is irrelevant. So now that she's apologized, I think it's kind of like done. You know what I mean? But before she apologized, you know, heat of the moment. Was it a silly thing to say? Yes. Taking credit away doesn't make you look good at all. Taking credit away from the person who won. But I also think that she misspoke, and she was supposed to say, she was trying to say something else, but she said that instead. But she apologized. So, you know, and I think the most important thing is that Coco Gauff seemed to accept the apology and not be bothered by it. So instead of everybody, you know, yeah, you can be mad as a Coco Gauff fan and feel like, you know, feel angry about Sabalenka's words, but I feel like if you're a neutral fan, you can make your opinion on Sabalenka if you don't like what she said, but I feel like the apology should at least, and again, if Gauff's not upset by it, then, if she seems fine, then I don't know if we should all still be mad on Gauff's behalf, if Gauff's fine with it, or at least not taking it too personal. She apologized 5 times, and I think Coco was good with the first one. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think yeah. I think that, I don't think she meant what she said. She was trying to say something else, but then it came out wrong, and straight after a French Open final, heartbreaking loss, where she didn't play well. She played terrible. And I think compounded with what happened in Australia, I think both of those finals combined, plus the US Open final she lost to Gauff in 2023, I think all of those things bubbling up as well. I think that whole mixture as well, context matters. But yeah, and she apologized. I think Coco didn't seem bothered by it anyway. She was like, I won, who cares? Like, I won the trophy, so she can say what she wants, whatever. She can feel the way she feels, I won, so who cares? Coco handled it very well, though. I think it definitely, if anything, we should all be looking how good Coco was. It would have been very easy for her to turn around and be like, what did she say to me? And like totally play off that and be like, oh my God, I can't believe how rude she is. Like, but Gauff was so classy and so like didn't even respond really to any of it, even when she was asked by. So like it made Coco look so much, like it showed how classy she is, right? As that goes the net from Rybakina, 30-40, breakback point. But she apologized. Coco seemed to accept it. We move on. All right, 30-40. Alcaraz holds, by the way, 1-0. As with a slice from Rybakina, Sabalenka puts up a lob. Rybakina in the net with a volley. Sabalenka again. She's very quick today. She's getting a lot of shots back that didn't think she was going to get back. Back on serve, 3-0. All right, 3-0. Sabalenka back. Sabalenka back on serve. Swiatek, Svitolina, second round or Battenberg. God, there's some tough matches next week for players. Mertens, Svitolina, winner play Swiatek. Both good grass court players, and Swiatek's going to play one of them? That sucks. All right. Love 15, Rybakina. Sabalenka serves. Into the back end of Rybakina. Backing up from Sabalenka again to the back of Rybakina. And Sabalenka back into the line of the net. It's love 30. And look, and I the last thing I'll say is, like, I get the Gauff fans getting angry, and they should get annoyed, that their champion was disrespected in a way. But I feel like a lot of people also got annoyed because they just don't like Sabalenka. And they just wanted to, like, it was a great opportunity to, I think maybe not a lot, but it was definitely a few people that were like, I don't like Sabalenka because she grunts, and now she said a bad thing. And they're not Gauff fans, they just hate Sabalenka. So I feel like a lot of criticisms were coming from people that don't even like Gauff, and they just wanted to say something about Sabalenka because they don't like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't care about Gauff, but they just wanted a reason to hate on Sabalenka again. Like, oh, she grunts too loud. Oh, she said a bad thing. Oh, she is bad. And you go, yeah, but you don't even like Gauff, so you shut up. Backhand down the line from Rybakina as a winner, 4-3. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, if you're mad on Gauff, if you're mad because she said something bad about your play, okay. But if you're just mad because you just want an excuse to be mad at her, It's like, get over it. She grunts too loud. Okay, well, I don't know. Call the noise police. Call the council and complain about the noise. What do you want from me? Anyways, 40-15, Rinderknech. By the way, this crowd is definitely biased to Alcaraz. Rinderknech is getting like 3 people clapping. And one of them is the coach. Sabalenka is not a gracious number 1. Barty, Iga, Halep were all gracious. Okay. And so what? You're okay. Cool. What do you want? Do you want a medal? I'm confused. All right, 40-30 Rinderknech. She grunts too loud. Oh. All right. There's been an ace from Rinderknech. He's opened up 2-1 in the second. Just different personalities. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Swiatek, Halep, or Barty are the same personality as Sabalenka. She's way more outgoing. None of them do dances on TikTok. You know, like, way more, like, I think you just don't like her personality, and that's different. And that's okay. You don't have to like everyone. But to say she's not gracious, it's okay. 4-3. As the return goes out from Sabalenka. 15 love. Still a Sabalenka fan. She acts silly at times, but she is a great tennis player. Yeah. Has been ace out wide from Rybakina. 30 love. Ace number 10 for Rybakina. Jeez. Did I say she was the best server in the world? First serve was a fault. Second serve. Did I say that? Did I not say that Rybakina's got the best serve in the planet? In the WTA? Perfect. All right. 30-15. Sabalenka trying to get back this break. Also 2-1 Rinderknech. Rinderknech. Dirk. As with a slice now to the backhand of Sabalenka, but she hits it wide and it's 40-15. Rybakina. All right, 40-15. Rybakina serves again. As Rybakina goes to 5-3. Sabalenka going to serve to stay in the set. Also, Alcaraz goes to 30 love. Sabalenka serves. Oh, is it qualify versus Sigemund, winner plays Swiatek? Oh, sorry. Did I mess that up? I can't read what you sent me, Gene. I don't know what the hell draw they did. Did they have a piece of paper draw? Why is it like in a weird, like, why didn't they send out, like, take a photo? Is it? Is it real? Oh, okay. It's because they did a stupid tweet. What a dumb tweet. It's like split up. Okay. I can kind of see. So Svitolina is seated, right? That's why I'm getting confused. What a silly way to do the draw. Anyways. Rybakina. One game away from taking us to a third. As 15 love is with a 4 now from Rybakina's a winner. 15 all. Yeah, Bad on Bergs tweeted out the draw in text form. Bro, just write it on a piece of paper and take a photo. Alcaraz holds 2-0 first set. 15-0. Sabalenka serves again. Serve is a fault. Second serve. All right, second serve, 30-15. Sabalenka serves again. As the return goes out by Rybakina, 40-15. Sabalenka to make Rybakina serve for the set. No, Cam is cool was talking to one guy who said Sabalenka number one. What? What happened? I don't know what's happened. Oh, you're so used to... Okay, yeah. I know. Okay. And it's 40-30. 40-30. To make Rybakina serve for the second set. By the way, chat, I found some absolute steals at the thrift today. I love the thrift, chat. You got to get in the thrift. You got to go to the thrift. That place is ridiculous. Anyways, deuce. Sabalenka hits it out, and Rinderknech holds 3-2. You got to go to a charity shop, an op shop, whatever you want to call it, thrift store, whatever you call it, wherever it is in your house. You got to go. You have to go to a thrift, but you have to go with something in mind. If you want to book, or if you want to, you can find some cool shit. I found an awesome painting for $13 that I'm going to repurpose after Wimbledon when I have time. Advantage Rybakina to take the second set. Advantage Rybakina. Sabalenka serves in the forehand. Rybakina return is out, and it's back to deuce. What do they call it in Australia? Op shop? Yeah. It's short for opportunity shop. Because I guess it's an opportunity it gives opportunity to people. It's like charity shop, right? It's a place where people can get affordable clothing or affordable, things, right? Sabalenka says the fault, second serve. So I think that's why it's called like an op shop, an opportunity shop. But I call it thrift because everyone knows what a thrift store is. And thrift meaning like thrifty, right? Which is like bargain stores. Yeah. Secondhand stores, As that forehand goes down the line, the slice of Rybakina volley from Sabalenka is good, but Rybakina gets there with a forehand pass. Second set point for Rybakina to take the second set. Charity shop because all the money goes to charity. Yeah. Once went to the thrift store and got a pair of jeans that fit like a glove for $9. Then was a $10 in the pocket. So you basically made money from buying jeans. That's crazy. You got a pair of jeans and an extra $1. That's insane. You made $1 by buying jeans. That's wild. See? Chat, you got to go to the thrift. All right, serve. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand now from Sabalenka to the forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand slice of Sabalenka's in the net. We're going 3, baby. Rybakina 6-3 in the second. Strong fight back. And she's serving first in the third. My granddaughter and I went to charity shops yesterday, and she got 2 items of clothing for the holiday. Nice. My grandma used to always go to the thrift, and she was stylish. There's Rinden shits it out. 30 love, Alcaraz. 30 love. Okay, if you ever want to come to Texas, there's a town called Canton. It's home to the largest flea market thrift store in the world. Really? I love that. I will go. By the way, that second set, Sabalenka played terrible. 16 errors, only 5 winners, 3 double faults. Rybakina 5 aces, 1 double fault. And actually came to the net a lot, Rybakina, and won 50% of the points. Why didn't you watch Draper? Don't you like him? Every time. Every day. All right. 40-15. We watched him play Popperin, and where were you? I'm going to throw this back at Draper fans. Where were you when we watched him play Popperin? Huh? Do you not like him? Are you a real fan? You're a fake fan. You weren't here when he watched play Popperin. Fake. Why are you being a fake Draper fan? Yeah, it's not nice, is it? I'm going to turn this shit around every time. Where were you when he played Popperin? All right. Alcaraz holds 3-0. Can we go back to 2023 Rybakina and Medvedev winning tournaments? Rybakina won a tournament like before the French Open. What do you mean? Didn't she win like Strasbourg? Right? Or did I make that? Maybe I made that up. All right. 3-0. Back to Rindinish. Yeah, she did win. Yes. I mean, it's been a minute since Medvedev won, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, she just started to win again. So we don't need to go back to 23. All right. Rindinish. Backhand goes wide. Alcaraz love 15. Poppy almost had Draper as well. Yeah, that was crazy. True story. My friend purchased a ring for $30 at the thrift in Virginia. She found out years later that it was worth $5,000. Damn. Chat, you got to go to the thrift. There's gold at the thrift. It's a gold mine, chat. Got to go to the thrift. You could find... Holy shit, that's crazy. A $5,000 ring for $30. Wild. That is wild. Rindinish serves. At the back of Alcaraz, which goes into the fort of Rindinish. It's a drop shot. Alcaraz slipped over. And it's 15-0. 15-all. When Wimbledon starts, Cam must watch more of Draper. Yeah, I can tell you this, Draper fans. I know you're passionate, a little on the sensitive side at times when we don't watch him, but we will watch a lot more of him at Wimbledon. I can tell you that because he is the man at Wimbledon. He is the dude. He is the guy. Everybody's going to be talking about Draper. I just want to watch Draper play at Wimbledon for the atmosphere, to feel that atmosphere at Wimbledon when he plays. Even if he plays a qualifier in the first round, I just want to watch. Like, I feel like watching Draper at Wembley is just going to be fun or scary, but we will watch way more Draper at Wimbledon. I can tell you that. I'm not going to promise you that because the schedule hasn't come out and I have no idea who's playing. But I can tell you that I plan to watch more Draper at Wimbledon. I want to. Depends on the schedule, but I want to. All right? Just remember that. If Alcaraz and Sinner, Djokovic are playing at the same time as Draper, though, if they're all playing at the same time, we have to make decisions. But I plan on watching more Draper, especially at Wimbledon, because, again, Draper at Wimbledon is going to be so interesting to watch. I want to see how he handles that damn pressure that all of you are putting on him. You. All of you fans. You're the problem. I'm not pointing any fingers, but you're the problem. Rindinish holds 4-3. If he loses first round, that's not on me. I ain't taking that shit. If he loses first round, that's on you. That's not me. That's on me. I'm not going to point any fingers. 30-all. We're back in the first game of the final set. But no, seriously, I want to watch more Draper, especially Draper at Wimbledon, because feel like it's going to be insane. That's going to be a circus. That crowd's going to be just drunk off Pims and Draper. He'll walk out and people will be like screaming like it's the Beatles in 1960. 400 rally. There's Sabalenka in the net, 40-30. As we just serve again. And the return goes in from Sabalenka. Rybakina forehand. Sabalenka gets it back. But Rybakina's slice comes to the net. Passing shot is good, but the volley is better by Rybakina. And it's 1-love Rybakina final set. Can you imagine if Bublik plays Draper in the first round? Chad, if any of these things happen, I don't want you to come at me and cry, all right? I don't want to hear any tears, all right? I don't want to hear any crying from you. If I say, if Bublik Draper play in the first or second round, I am not taking responsibility for that happening, all right? The tennis gods have plans. I'm not one of them, all right? I don't know what they're saying. I can't hear them. But they are there, and they're making plans. If they want Draper and Bublik to play second round, and I just mentioned it, that was a fluke. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. Will Bublik be seeded? I tell you, if you're a Draper fan, you better hope so. If you're a Sinner fan as well, you better hope so. If you're an Alcaraz fan, you better hope so, right? You better hope Bublik's seeded. Because if Bublik's unseeded, nobody's safe. You think anybody wants to play Bublik in the first, second round? Hell no. And if you say, yeah, we want that smoke, you're delusional. Nobody wants that smoke. And if you do, you're crazy. 15 love. Who wants the Bublik smoke? Chat, who wants Bublik smoke? Right now. Nobody. In the world. 0 people. Nobody. There's no one who wants to play Bublik on grass. No one. I don't care who you say. Nobody wants to play Bublik on grass. After what happened last night and after what happened at Wimbledon, Djokovic, now you're tough. Novak Djokovic, the greatest player of all time. Who wants that smoke? Look, I would love to see Djokovic play Bublik right now. That'd be really fun. And I feel like Nole could handle Bublik, maybe the best. But also, Nole would not be happy to see Bublik in the draw. But I think, look, if he does, I think out of all the players, Djokovic wouldn't be as scared of Bublik as maybe the others. But he still don't want that smoke. He still would rather not play Bublik. Like everybody else. Everybody wants to avoid him. I think Djokovic could beat Bublik, though. I think Djokovic he would like his chances. But everyone else on notice. 30-15, by the way. Sabalenka backhand into the backhand of Rybakina. These shadows are horrible. That tree on the side of the court is just, shadows are terrible. 30-0. I think the experience of Djokovic sets him apart on a grass court against Bublik. Whereas everybody else, even Alcaraz, Alcaraz playing a big server on grass, that's scary as hell. For Alcaraz. As dangerous as anything. As the lob goes up from Rinderknech, Alcaraz smash, Rinderknech slices it back. And then Alcaraz forehand, Rinderknech with a pass, goes long, and it's 4-0 in the first. Alcaraz wouldn't care. All right. Has Bublik played Djokovic before? I'm not sure. 40-30. Sabalenka serves. As the backhand goes into the backhand slice of Rybakina. As eventually Sabalenka loses the point and we get the deuce. All right. get the deuce. Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. Or was it a challenge? Sabalenka challenges. This is in. It's an ace. And that ball was in. Man, Sabalenka keeps hitting the center line. And the person sitting on that center line can't see because they've made two bad errors. All right, advantage Sabalenka to take. Or are they replaying the point? Nope, she won the point. Serve down the tee is good. Sabalenka return with forehand. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand of Sabalenka to the backhand of Rybakina. And Rybakina in the net. And it's 1-0 in the final set. All right, Rinderknech stays in front. 5-4, first set. All right. Djokovic and Bublik played back in 2021 and Novak won? Okay. Interesting. They played the the Davis Cup in 21. Okay. Straight sets Djokovic. Bublik a completely different player? Yeah, for sure. But now, yeah. Bublik, Novak played once. Okay, cool. All right, 15 love. We're back in the serves again. As she gets to 30 love. Rybakina serves again. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Forehand Rybakina. Into the forehand of Sabalenka. Volley Rybakina is good, but Sabalenka gets it. Rybakina volleys it away, though. Man, I'll tell you, Rybakina coming to the net a lot today. A lot more than she usually does, which is usually 0. She's coming to the net more than 0 times today. She has come to the net more than none. All right. We're back in the serves. Winner of this takes on Vondrousova, who beat Draper today. All right, Rybakina holds 2-1. She serves a big serve down the tee. All right. Love 15. Alcaraz serving to stay in the set. As he serves a fault, second serve. As Alcaraz hits it out on the backhand and it's love 30. Love 30. Chance for Rinderknech to take the set here. Love 30. As the return goes out by Rinderknech and it's 15-30. All right, 15-30. Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of Rinderknech. Return goes to the front of Alcaraz. Rinderknech slice. Goes long. And it's 30-0. 30 all. As Alcaraz serves. Fault again. Second serve. As a return goes in from Alcaraz, and it's a drop shot winner. And it's 40-30 Alcaraz to stay in the set. Seven in the front of Rinderknech. Return into the corner of Alcaraz. Backhand goes in, and then Rinderknech down the line with the forehand. Alcaraz gets it back, but hits it out. Rinderknech, nice play. And he gets the deuce. So Sabalenka 30-15. As Rybakina forehand winner, 30 all. Jeez, Rybakina is playing crazy at times today as Alcaraz gets to advantage. Advantage Alcaraz. As he comes to net, Alcaraz, but the lob goes long, and it's 5-0. Alcaraz holds. Rybakina hits it in the net, and it's 40-30 Sabalenka. All right. 40-30, Sabalenka to level the final set. As the return goes back into Sabalenka. Four now from Rybakina. Into the foot of Sabalenka, who hits it out. We get the deuce. We get the deuce. A bit of lead on the first serve. Rinderknech serving to stay in front. 15-love, and Sabalenka gets to advantage. Sabalenka holds in the final set, 2-0. And Rinderknech hits it in the net. 15 all. $15 with a serve from Rinderknech as the fault. Second serve. Return goes to forehand. Rinderknech. Oh, he hits it forehand in the net though. Bad miss. 15-30. Alcaraz a chance to break. 15-30. As he serves another fault, Rinderknech, second serve. Second serve. The backhand of Alcaraz. Volley from Rinderknest in the net. Man, 2 bad misses from him. And now he's got break points, Alcaraz, to take the break and serve for the first set. And Sabalenka hits a forehand wide, and it's 30-15. Rybakina. Rybakina serves out wide. The backhand of Sabalenka. Return goes in the forehand of Rybakina. Sabalenka forehand goes wide, and it's 40-15 as Rinderknest serves a fault. Second serve. Serving the forehand of Alcaraz. Good return the forehand of Rinderknest. Alcaraz down the line. Is a winner. Break. Alcaraz 6-5. Big reaction from Carlos as well. 6-5. Alcaraz in the first set. He's going to serve for the set. All right. All right. Alcaraz takes the lead. Children in the final in Nottingham. Nice. Rybakina stays in front, by the way. All right. First time Rinderknest has lost serve for the tournament. Jesus. That's crazy. Okay. Alcaraz is going to serve for the set. Cilic is in the top 100 after this week. Nice. All right. Alcaraz serves a fault. Second serve. So the forehand of Rinderknest. Forehand from Alcaraz. The backhand slice of Rinderknest. Alcaraz backhand goes long. And it's love 15. Also Sabalenka down love 15 as well. All right, 15-0. All right, 30-15. I was 2 points away. As Alcaraz wins the point. A lovely drop shot, 40-15. 40-15. So over to the backhand of Rybakina here as she tries to do some damage. She does with a backhand win up. 30-all, Sabalenka in trouble. All right. Alcaraz with a fault, second serve. Second serve. to the front of Rinzinic. Volley from Alcaraz is in the net. 40-30. Okay, 30-all Sabalenka is challenging the serve, but Alcaraz with a great serve, and he takes the first set 7-5. And Sabalenka with a great serve, and it's 40-30. She tries to level the final set. "45 minutes, Alcaraz 7-5. Sabalenka serves the fault. Second serve. Serve for the front of Rybakina with double fault. Sabalenka back to deuce. Alcaraz, by the way, 10 winners and 9 errors in that first set, including 4 aces. So Alcaraz playing really well. Hey, thank you, Nari, for the 1 month. Who do you think will finish world number 1? Sinner or Alcaraz? I think Sinner will finish world number 1 at the end of the year. If he replicates, which I expect him to replicate, his hard-court tennis at the end of the year, I think he will take it to number 1. And also, Alcaraz has played a lot. And I know Alcaraz fans are going to start screaming at me and, kicking in the door and blah, blah. But Sinner didn't play for 3 months. He's going to be fresher. I know that on clay, Alcaraz beat Sinner, and maybe on hard courts too. But I think Alcaraz at the end of the year, as he has consistently over the last couple of years, once we get to that end of season, post-US Open, even at the US Open, last year, for example, Alcaraz played a lot of tennis. He played really well on the clay. He won everything on clay pretty much. That's going to it even happened with Rafa. Rafa would dominate the clay, and then by the end of the year, unfortunately, just ran out of gas, right? And ran out of steam towards the end of the season. And I think Sinner, having that 3 months off, I think that'll help him long term. And by the time we get to the end of the year, he'll start winning everything all like he has been. And maybe Alcaraz gets a little tired, slips up a little bit as he has done at the end of the season in previous years. And that'll be the difference with, and Sinner will be number 1. There's a chance Alcaraz could be number 1 though. Alcaraz has to defend Wimbledon, but there's a chance that Alcaraz could be number 1 at some point, but I think Sinner takes it at the end of the year. Just because I think Sinner will be fresher when it matters towards the end of the season. All right, 3-all. Sabalenka holds. All right. Rybakina serve, sorry. Rybakina serves a fault. Second serve. As the return goes the backhand of Rybakina. Rybakina goes wide on the second shot, and it's love 15. All right. As Rybakina serves an ace out wide, 15-all. As Rybakina comes to the net and puts away the volley, 30-15. As Rybakina serves again. 40-15. By the way, Rinderknech holds the first game, 1-love in the second. Sabalenka backhand down the line. Rybakina slices it back. Then we get a drop shot from Sabalenka, but the Rybakina puts away the winner. Sabalenka slipped over. Rybakina's asking if she's okay. That was dangerous. Sabalenka, by the way, remember the other day when the courts were slippery and she was like, no, we play on. That was a risky slip. She's okay. That could have been dangerous. She did get hurt in the quarterfinals last year at this event. Shoulder problem. Pulled out of Wimbledon. So let's hope that nothing happens. All right, nice pickup by Rinderknech, but it just goes long. 30 love. $30 love. Showing the replay of Sabalenka slipping over. Yeah, you can hurt your hip, you can hurt your back, you can hurt your knee, slipping over like that. 40 love here, Alcaraz. He serves an ace. All right, Alcaraz takes the game, and it's 1-1 in the second. One game all. All right. We're back in a 4-3 in the final set. And love 15. First point goes to Rybakina. Love 15. As Sabalenka with a good serve, 15-all. Sabalenka serves the fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Rybakina. Great return. Sabalenka backhand on the stretch. Rybakina backhand in the net. 30-15. $30-15. Sabalenka 40-15. Another good serve. All right. 40-15 is a return from backhand. Goes back to Sabalenka. Rybakina backhand. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Drop shot's good. Rybakina gets there. Slice with an approach. And then Sabalenka with a passing shot goes wide. 40-30. Also 30-all. Alcaraz trying to break. Rinderknech serves an ace though. And it's 40-30. 40-30 is Rinderknech too good on the serve. 2-1. You don't seem too happy about the grass season, Cam. What? How? How's it? Sabalenka holds 4-0. What makes you think that? Ah, 4 games all. Back to Rybakina. Matthew.
Cam prediction for Rune and Eckert.
I think Rune is going to win. In 3. I think it'll be tough, though. Okay. Here we go. Rybakina serving at 4-all. Love 15. Love 15. And Rybakina serves again. Serve out wide. The back of Sabalenka. 4-0 from Rybakina is wide. Love 30. Rybakina's thrown her racket into the grass. That's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. You can't throw your racket into the grass and ruin the grass. That takes 12 months to grow. Rybakina's bouncing her racket on the grass. You can't do that. Love 30. Love 30. So Rybakina serves. Fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of Sabalenka. Return to the back of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net. Love 40. Sabalenka to take the break and serve for the match. Love 40. Rybakina serves. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Sabalenka. Return to the back of Rybakina, who hits it down the line. Sabalenka gets it back. As Rybakina backhand into the back of Sabalenka. And Sabalenka gets a winner. Wow! Great recovery from Sabalenka on that point. 5-4. She's going to serve the match. Sabalenka's defense today has been crazy good. All right, 5-4. Sabalenka to serve for the match. Also, Alcaraz levels at 2-0 in the second. All right. Sabalenka serving for the win. You missed my super chat? No, Matthew, I literally just read it out. You must have left the chat for like 2 minutes. I played it 2 minutes ago. Chat, confirm. How do you pronounce Rybakina? Exactly how I said it. All right, 2-0 Rinderknech serves. We got ourselves a couple of decent matches here, Cam. No yawning. I'm sorry. Did I yawn at 2:30 in the morning, having been up most of the afternoon and day? Apologies. All right, Sabalenka serving for the match. All right, nice lob by Alcaraz, by the way. Love 30. He's about to get the break in the second. All right, Sabalenka serves. Into the back of Rybakina. Return goes to front of Sabalenka. Rybakina forehand. Into the front of Sabalenka. Rybakina backhand goes into the back of Sabalenka. To the back of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand slice. In the net. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Sabalenka serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Return the backhand of Sabalenka, who hits a winner down the line. Beautiful shot. 15-all. $15.40 for Alcaraz, by the way. Let's take a break in the second. Sabalenka serves. A fault. Second serve. There's a bit of return now to the back of Sabalenka. Backhand of Rybakina. Sabalenka gets on the stretch, but it goes wide, and it's 15-30. Rybakina a chance to get this break point. As Alcaraz breaks. 3-2, second set. All right. Alcaraz 3-2 with a set and a break. And we're backing up. She's trying to get back on serve in this final set as Sabalenka serves down the tier fault. Second serve. Serving to the back of Rybakina. Great return winner. 15-40 to get back on serve. 15-40. Sabalenka saves 1. 30-40. By the way, check the ball kid standing behind Alcaraz. She's just like holding the umbrella and just looking at him like, oh my god, he's sitting right there. She's like, that's Carlos Alcaraz. Holy shit. 30-40. Sabalenka serves a foul ticket serve. She just keeps looking at him like, oh, it's him. He's him. Anyways, backhand goes wide. We're back on serve. 5-all. Sabalenka gets broken. And Rybakina recovers. 5-5. That's how I looked when he walked past me at the Australian Open last year. I was the exact same. I was holding the camera like, it's him. And the security were like, he's not signing any more things. Get out of the way. Stupid security guard. How dare you do your job and rob us of an all-time channel moment. How dare he? This close to getting a signed tennis ball, goddammit. Live! Anyways, 5-5. Rybakina's back on serve. As Rybakina now from Rybakina to the back of Sabalenka. Volley from Rybakina in the net. Should the whole court open. All right. Love 15. Love 15. Serve from Rybakina again. And slice goes in from Sabalenka. Rybakina forehand is a winner, and it's 15-all. Rybakina serves again. Back to Sabalenka. Good return. Rybakina can't get it back. 15-30. Chance for Sabalenka to break again. Also, Alcaraz at 30-15 puts away the volley. 40-15. Why does it feel like Alcaraz's match is going to finish first? All right, 40-15. Sabalenka backhand return. Goes into the forehand of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand again to the backhand of Rybakina. Down the line to the forehand of Sabalenka on the stretch. Sabalenka on the net. 30-all. As Alcaraz gets to 4-2 in the second. All right. 30-all. Rybakina serves again. Sabalenka forehand to the forehand of Rybakina off the tape and over from Rybakina. She says sorry. And Sabalenka throws her hands up in anger or in frustration. Hardly angry, but frustrated. All right. As Rybakina serving to take the lead. 40-30. As return goes to the forehand of Rybakina. Sabalenka forehand to the backhand is out. Sabalenka's going to have to serve to stay in the match now. 6-5 Rybakina. All right. (40-15) as Rinderknech shoves an ace and Alcaraz still up a set and a break. All right. All right. Rybakina, she has the lead. 6-5. Can Sabalenka get us to a final set tiebreak? That is the question. That is the question. Sabalenka serving. She was just serving for the match 5 seconds ago. As the back end of the stretch from Rybakina goes long. And it's 15-love. (15-love). Sabalenka eventually hits it out on the forehand, and it's 15-all. Sabalenka serves again. Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the front of Rybakina. Backhand Sabalenka into the backhand of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand goes into the backhand of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net. 30-15. Rybakina versus number ones in the world is 6 wins, 4 losses. Shit. That's crazy. That's a crazy record. How do we not say that? 30-15. That's crazy. All right, 30-15. Sabalenka serves. A fault. Second serve. Sabalenka serves again. Into the forehand of Rybakina, overhits it. 40-15. Chat, we knew this match was going to be epic. Alcaraz, by the way, he's at 30-15. He's trying to take the 5-3 lead here. But Sabalenka 40-15 to take us to a tiebreak. And she serves a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand has Sabalenka in the net. 40-30. Alcaraz 40-15 to go to 5-3 in the second. As Sabalenka serves again. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Return goes short into the front of Sabalenka. And we're going to a tiebreak. Sabalenka puts it away. 6-all. Who's winning this final set? Who's winning this final set? Remember, Sabalenka served for the match at 5-4. Got broken. And here we are. Who is winning the tiebreak, chat? It's first to 7. Non-Grand Slam final set tiebreaks are first to 7. Kind of wish they'd change that. Either make them all 10 points or all 7 points. But, you know, it is what it is. I kind of want all 10 points, to be honest. I think 10-point tiebreaks on WTA ATP would be sick. But who you got, chat? Give me some scores. 7-5, 7-4. All right. As Rybakina wins the first point, 1-love. And sort of 4 now from Rindanish. 40-30 Alcaraz. Hits a winner down the line. 5-3 Carlos in the second. Alcaraz dominating in the rallies now. All right. Sabalenka to serve. 1-love Rybakina. Sabalenka serves out wide. Fault. Second serve. Second serve, Sabalenka. Great second serve. Rybakina gets it back. And Sabalenka puts it away. Easy put away. 1-1. 1-all. Sabalenka serves again. Rindanish serving to stay in the match. And Sabalenka serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve, Sabalenka. Serve to the back of Rybakina. Forehand from Sabalenka into the back of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand to the forehand of Rybakina, who hits a winner. 2-1 Rybakina with a mini break. 2-1. 2-1 Rybakina. Rindanish 40 love, by the way. As he tries to make Alcaraz serve this match. Winner of this women's tiebreak, by the way, will be playing Vondrousova tomorrow. So Vondi beat Draper today. All right, 2-1 Rybakina. She serves a fault. Rybakina, second serve. Alcaraz going to lead, going to serve for this match. All right, Rybakina serves. Into the back of Sabalenka. Great return. Rybakina slices it back. Sabalenka comes in with a slice. Rybakina's there with a backhand slice, but the volley from Sabalenka too good. 2-2. Mini break returned. 2-0. Two all. As Rybakina serves again. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand to Sabalenka. Return the net. 3-2 Rybakina. 3-2 Rybakina. Back to Sabalenka. Serve from Sabalenka. Alcaraz serving for the match. 3-2. Rybakina leads. Sabalenka serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Sabalenka. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand of Sabalenka goes into the backhand of Rybakina. Sabalenka backhand again to the backhand of Rybakina. And Sabalenka backhand goes wide. 4-2 Rybakina. They change ends. Mini break for Rybakina. Also love 15 Alcaraz. 4-2 Rybakina. Sabalenka to serve. Sabalenka serves. 4-2 Rybakina. Sabalenka serves the fault. Second serve. Alcaraz got really lucky with the net cord, and it's 15-0. It's crazy that Alcaraz's match is going to possibly finish first. Serve into the backhand of Rybakina. Great return. Slice from Sabalenka goes in. As Rybakina forehand again to the backhand of Sabalenka on the stretch goes in the net. 5-2 Rybakina. And she's got 2 serves to finish this match. 5-2 Rybakina. Alcaraz gets to 30-15. 5-2 Rybakina. She serves. Into the backhand of Sabalenka. Return goes long, and it's 6-2 Rybakina to take the win against Sabalenka and to make it so there's no seeds in this tournament, which is insane. But then again, the players in the tournament still are pretty damn good. Alcaraz got match point as well. Rybakina serves into the back of Sabalenka. Return goes off the tape and in, and Sabalenka survives. 6-3 Rybakina. Sabalenka gets lucky. Alcaraz with the match point as well for 40-15. As Alcaraz serves to take the win and play in the semis tomorrow. He serves out wide. A fault. Second serve. How are we at match point in both matches? This is crazy. We're going to start with Sabalenka serving at 6-5. 6-3, sorry. Too good down the tee. As Alcaraz second serve is a let. Sorry, double fault from Alcaraz. My bad. 40-30. Sabalenka, by the way, survives 6-4. Still match point for Rybakina. Chat, get ready. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. We're going to see what Sabalenka can do. She serves. A fault. 6-4 Rybakina. Match point number 3. Second serve. Alcaraz got match point number 2. Second serve Sabalenka. And Alcaraz serving at the same time. This is fun. Alcaraz serves a fault though. As Sabalenka serves the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand of Sabalenka is good. Rybakina hits it into the crowd. Okay, 6-5. Rybakina is serving again. Match point number 4 is Alcaraz serve, second serve into the back of Rinderknech. Return goes back into Alcaraz. Rinderknech backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Rinderknech backhand down the line. Alcaraz gets with the forehand on the stretch. Rinderknech goes down the line, but it's wide. Alcaraz wins. Alcaraz gets the win. Tough straight sets, but he wins. And he's into the semis. All right, 6-5 though. Rybakina. She's got a match point number 4 to take the win. She was 6-2. She serves. Down the tee. Sabalenka returns in the forehand of Rybakina. Sabalenka forehand again to the forehand of Rybakina. As Rybakina hits it out! 6-all! 4 match points saved by the world number 1. They change ends. 6-6. Crazy match, chat. Crazy match. 6-6. All right, Rybakina serves again. She's had 4 match points. By the way, if you are leaving, don't forget to subscribe on the way out. As Rybakina serves out wide, the forehand of Sabalenka. Rybakina forehand in the net. Sabalenka with a match point. 7-6 Sabalenka. Sabalenka was down 2-6. And she's won 5 points in a row in this tiebreak. And now she's serving with a match point. She serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Rybakina, return is out, and Sabalenka wins! She wins 6 points in a row, saves 4 match points. And she beats Rybakina. Rybakina's disappointed, clearly. But man, Sabalenka with the fight back. That's what I mean, chat. If the French Open and the Australian Open were disappointing because she didn't play well when she needed to, that would have helped a little bit. It might not cure the demons and exorcise the demons, but that has got to feel good. To go, okay, maybe sometimes when it's clutch, I can win and I can come back from the dead. Rybakina had a great week, though. I mean, she was unseeded, tough draw, but she's had a good week. I think we can all say that going into Wimbledon, she is going to be dangerous. Watch out for her. But Sabalenka, what a fight back. What a fight back. 4 match points. That's got to feel good. That has got to feel good. And at least make her feel a little better after the disappointing French Open final. But now it's Sabalenka Vondi. Okay. That's interesting. That's an interesting matchup. Sabalenka is laughing after winning that one as well. Rybakina clearly disappointed. Even Sabalenka was kind of like, sorry. She knows. She knows. All right. Chat, what a perfect timing. Everything finished at the same time. It's great. We're going to stick around for a little bit and then we'll get out of here. But actually, we'll merge the stream. If you're watching the Alcaraz match, jump on over to the Sabalenka stream, and we'll keep hanging out for a little bit, and then we'll just come back tomorrow. Good win by Alcaraz though. Straight sets. He gets through close match against Rinderknech, but he's into the semi-finals. We'll watch him tomorrow. All right. Sabalenka, what a fight back. What a fight back. What a fight back. I mean, this is exactly what we expected from this match, right? The scoreline is exactly what we expected. The time of the match, the way the match finished. I mean, crazy. Yeah, 6 points in a row is crazy. You think Medvedev can beat Zverev? Yeah, we're going to watch that tomorrow as well. Fun times. Fun times tomorrow. Unlucky day for Rybakina. I mean, look, unlucky for Rybakina. Sabalenka played well, though. I mean, you got to give Sabalenka some credit. She played well. Sabalenka played well to fight back in that end at the end of that match. Can Ons get back to the old glory days? I mean, if she stays healthy, she probably still has some left in her, for sure. Against Rybakina is impressive. Oh, yeah, when you're down 4 match points with Rybakina serving 2 of those, and you somehow come back to win. Rybakina didn't double fault. You know, it wasn't like Rybakina gave back the, choked. Sabalenka won, though, saved those match points. Maybe at 6-all, Rybakina played a tough shot, but that was a great win by great win for Sabalenka. Something's wrong with Badosa. She keeps withdrawing. Yeah, that was sad. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that was disappointing for her for sure. Probably Badosa injured her back again. Yeah, I don't know what the injury is, but we'll keep an eye out. Keep an eye on the socials to see what is said. Rybakina will do well at Wimbledon from this match. She is getting back onto top form. Oh, yeah, for sure. She had a great week. She almost beat the world number 1. Interested to see how Swiatek does next week. Yeah, we'll be watching her. We will be watching her next week. What about the Rune match? It's 3 a.m. We're not watching Rune. We'll watch Rune tomorrow when he wins. And he plays Alcaraz, all right? We're watching Rune Alcaraz. I told you we are. Tomorrow, Rune Alcaraz. But I'll tell you what, Draper Lehechka's not a bad match either. Sabalenka Vondi, and then Medvedev Zverev. They're all the matches I've got planned tomorrow. But we got to figure out the schedule because it's getting pretty hectic. So Rune Alcaraz, Draper Lehechka, Medvedev Zverev, and then Vondi Sabalenka. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna try and watch all of those matches. I don't know if we can, if the schedules line up properly. I think Vondi versus Sabalenka is on first, so that might be good. Lehechka. What time does Queen's Club start? 10 o'clock. Draper Lehechka followed by Alcaraz versus possibly Rune. So 10 p.m. All right, so that's good. And the order of play in Berlin starts at 8. Okay, so that could work. And then when does Medvedev Zverev start? 11. Oh, okay. So we could watch. We start with Vondrousova Sabalenka. We jump into Lehechka Draper. We watch Medvedev Zverev, and then we finish with Draper, possibly Rune versus Alcaraz. That could work. It'd be a bit of juggling, but I think we could get it done. I don't know how we're going to watch the finals of all these events because they're probably all going to be on at the same time. But tomorrow we might be able to get away with it. We have to watch Zverev Medvedev. I feel like we haven't watched that match for so long. And I feel like Sabalenka Vondi is a really interesting matchup for the clay. Sorry, for the grass. And then obviously we're going to watch for Rune versus Alcaraz. And then Draper Lehechka is actually interesting as well. Eala is playing tomorrow. Don't say that. Why would you say that? Why? No, she's not. Where's she playing? Who's Eala playing tomorrow? Oh, she is playing qualies. All right. Well, that is interesting. She's playing in the Eastbourne qualies. She's playing Sonmez. All right. Well, we'll see if we can juggle that in as well. We'll figure it out. I thought she wasn't playing this week. Damn it. Anyways. Medi not beating Sinner. Well, he doesn't have to play Sinner. So what did I say the schedule was tomorrow? So Draper Lehechka's the match. Sabalenka. Okay, so we watched Sabalenka Vondi, Eala, Sonmez. They come on at the same time. I would be shocked if Sabalenka Vondi went for 3 hours. And then we can okay. Draper Lehechka, that starts around the same time. So if Vondi versus Sabalenka doesn't go for that long and it doesn't overlap with the others, we could watch it all. We could watch them all. We'll watch it all. We can see. But we're definitely watching Alcaraz play Rune, or Alcaraz just like in general. Definitely watching Alcaraz. We'll watch Medvedev Zverev. Vondi Sabalenka, I want to watch. I want to just out of interest maybe watch, but we'll see. We might not watch that. It depends. We might. We'll see. We'll see. I do want to watch that out of interest, but I could always just watch that on my own. And then, or we could have it on while. We'll see. And then Draper Lehechka is kind of like the same. I'm like, it's interesting. Pardon me, but I'm not like freaking out. Azza.
DVD fun.
Thank you for the 5. Speaking of DVDs, I got some good ones today. So hang on. So when is Eastbourne tomorrow? So Eastbourne is. So Eala is playing second in Eastbourne. All right. But thank you, whoever mentioned that, because now I was going to miss that. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. Speaking of DVDs, so today, chat, I went to the thrift. And I found The Wire season 1, first season. I was starting to watch it because you all said, after I watched The Sopranos, you said you got to watch The Wire. The Wire is awesome. So I was like, okay. And then I watched like half of the first episode of The Wire, but I just didn't give it the time, and then I deleted all the streaming, so I don't have it. But I found the first season of The Wire, so I'm like, okay, cool. Sweet, I'll watch that eventually.
LFG Carlos. Dad, the dude got it done in straight sets. Hope he can lift the trophy here. Thanks, Cam.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate the donation. And then I don't know if you guys have seen The Newsroom. I got the first season of that. I remember watching The Newsroom back when it first came out. It's a very good show. So I got season 1 of that. These were only like $3 each, by the way. Then I also got hang on. What else did I get? Man of the Year with Robin Williams. Never seen it. It's a Man of the Year. Not sure what that's about, but I'll see that. I got a 3-pack of DVDs with like different random movies that I've never seen, but I'm interested to see. Who stars in The Newsroom? Jeff Daniels. Oh yeah, I got True Grit, the remake, not the original, with Jeff Bridges and those. Yeah, Man of the Year, Can't Hardly Wait. Oh, I've never seen this, but I will watch it. And then I got this 3-pack, which has The Firewall, Cellular, and Don't Say a Word. I've never heard of any of these movies, but they have good actors in them, so I thought, why not? And also, you can't go wrong with 3 movies in one, and it's only $3. So I'll watch each of these, and then I'll keep the one that I like. If I don't like any of them, I'll give it back. But yeah, Firewall with Harrison Ford, never heard of it. Cellular, never heard of it. It's got good cast. And then Don't Say a Word with Michael Douglas, never heard of it. But again, that'll keep me going. But yeah, so it was a successful day. But I'm so excited to get those 2 series. I'm so pumped to get to watch the first season of The Wire and the first season of. Well, I've seen The Newsroom already, but I remember it. I remember how good it was, and I was like, oh man, this is. I got to rewatch it. It's really good, especially the first. The first season I remember being really, really good. Cellular is a fun movie. You'll love it. Okay. DVDs and Blu-rays rock. My collection is getting good. I just need the time to like watch some of these movies, especially these ones. The ones that I don't like, the ones that I've seen before. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to rewatch those yet, but it's good to have. But the ones that I don't know anything about, I got to watch these ones, so then I can start going through whether or not I want to keep them. Because these movies all might be crap, and then I'm not going to keep them. I'm going to give them back. I'm going to donate them back into the thrift so somebody else can buy them. But, I've got a lot of movies that I haven't seen, so I've got to watch those movies. So then I can start like culling the DVD collection and getting rid of stuff that I don't want or don't like. Because I'm all True Grit. I know I'm going to like that because I've seen it. It's a great movie, But I got to start watching. I just need chat. Can tennis just stop for like a week, so I can just watch movies for a week, catch up on things. Have a Sabalenka, but man, I feel for Elena. Yeah, that was rough. Newsroom is an excellent show. Oh yeah. The Wire is fire. Everyone says The Wire is great, so I've got to watch that as well. So I've got those. Sopranos and Newsroom are good recommendations. Oh, The Sopranos is great. Do you prefer tennis or movies? Tennis. Otherwise, I would have started a movie channel. All right. So Cellular is funny, are you saying? It's a funny movie. All right, so we're going to watch that. Yeah, I saw like Chris Evans is in it. I'm like, oh, this has got a good cast. So it must be... I love finding... I found... Chat, I'll tell you what. Going about this DVD finding mission thing, I found so many movies that just have like, that are like the first movies of some of the best actors in the world right now. But they're like crazy cast because they were also like, they were all getting started. So none of them really had like you couldn't put this cast together today. It'd be $1 billion bloody, you need a budget, crazy budget. But to watch to see movies that were like back in the day, they were like back in the early 2000s of these like superstar actors now, but they were unknown back then. It's really fun to watch. Like watching Gothica, right? I mean, Gothica, Halle Berry was huge back in the early 2000s, but, you know, the rest of the cast was still unknown. The Cell was another one where I'm like, holy shit, there's a crazy actors in this, but early in their careers, so they didn't really, you know, they weren't as well known. But yeah, so it's been fun. And I have so much to do. The Negotiator, you should watch this one. My family always make fun of me that I missed that one it once. Okay. Like the movie Joyride, that one is a great movie from 2001. Okay, try and look for that one as well. My daughter's ex always called Halle Berry Hall Berry, no matter how many times she was correct. She corrected him. That's funny. All right, chat. I'm out of here. I'm going to... Maybe I'll watch a movie. But, chat, sometimes the matches that we watch and we talk about don't live up to the hype. This was not one of them. This match lived up to the hype and more. One of the best matches of the week. 7-6, 3-6, 7-6. Sabalenka wins. She saves 4 match points in the process. And she is now into the semifinals. She'll take on Vondrousova tomorrow. We'll probably tune into it tomorrow, which will be nice and fun. But thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys tomorrow.